What if the UK's biggest rail megaprojects are hidden right under your feet, and nobody talks about them? In this video, we are going to look at the engineering marvels reshaping Britain's rail network. We'll cover HS2's massive tunnels, the Transpennine Route Upgrade electrifying northern lines, and the Midlands Rail Hub quietly transforming regional connectivity. These projects aren't just about faster trains, they're strategic investments with massive economic and social impact. Stay tuned as we reveal the hidden winners, the regions gaining ground, and why these megaprojects are rewriting the UK's future in ways most people don't realize. Now, let's dive into the heart of the story, the three massive rail undertakings quietly shaping Britain's future. Number 1. The High-Speed 2, HS2. HS2 is a name many have heard, but few truly grasp the scale of what's happening beneath our feet. Picture this, a twin-bore tunnel running almost 9 miles beneath West London, between Old Oak Common and Ruislip. It's called the Northvolt Tunnel, and it's just a single piece of a much larger puzzle. As of November 2025, the final deep-bore excavations connecting Old Oak Common to Birmingham Curzon Street, a staggering 28 miles, are complete. That's miles of concrete and steel burrowed through Britain's underground, unseen by commuters above. And while these tunnels are hidden from view, they are reshaping one of Europe's key rail corridors. HS2 has not been without controversy. Costs have soared, reaching £40.5 billion by April 2025, with delays and political debates following every milestone. Yet, the true significance of these tunnels goes beyond numbers. They're about more than just getting passengers from London to Birmingham or Manchester faster. They're unlocking freight capacity, easing congestion on older lines, and laying the groundwork for a high-speed network that could change the way Britain moves goods and people. Imagine the impact. Businesses in Birmingham and beyond suddenly find themselves a short train ride from London's financial hubs. Freight operators gain hours of efficiency, and environmental gains through reduced road transport are quietly stacking up. But here's the kicker. HS2 isn't just an engineering project. It's a symbol of ambition, of power, and, as we'll see later, it's part of a much bigger story about who benefits from Britain's investment in transport infrastructure. Number 2. Transpennine Route Upgrade. Next, we move north to a project that may not make the headlines, but arguably has just as much impact, the Transpennine Route Upgrade, or TRU. Unlike the dramatic tunnels of HS2, this initiative is about broad network renewal and electrification. It's a quieter revolution, but one that will ripple across communities and industries alike. By August 2025, the section between Church Fenton and York was fully electrified, marking a quarter of the 70-mile route complete and on budget, a rare success story in British infrastructure. What does this mean in practical terms? Faster, more reliable journeys between Manchester, Leeds, and other northern cities. Freight can shift from road to rail, cutting congestion and emissions. In fact, the TRU electrification alone is expected to remove up to 108,000 tons of CO2 annually. The benefits are immediate and tangible. Commuters enjoy shorter trips, freight companies see cost savings, and local economies benefit from better connectivity. In a sense, the TRU is quietly leveling the playing field, giving northern regions tools to compete with the south in business and growth. Yet, there's a tension here. While TRU charges ahead, other electrification projects elsewhere in the UK are being paused or shelved. These delays illustrate how transport investment is not just about engineering, but about political priorities and economic geography. Which regions get investment first? Who is left waiting? And how does this shape the future map of British prosperity? Number 3. Midlands Rail Hub. Finally, we head to the Midlands, often overlooked in national narratives, yet home to transformative projects like the Midlands Rail Hub. This initiative may not have the dramatic allure of tunnels or high-speed trains, but its impact is profound and far-reaching. The Midlands Rail Hub aims to invest £1.75 billion in connectivity upgrades across the East and West Midlands. The goal? Link more trains to more stations, create more routes, and ultimately connect more people. When complete, it could add 20 million extra seats annually, operate over 300 additional trains per day, and unlock thousands of new homes and jobs. The project is strategic. It's less about showpiece structures and more about system-wide transformation. By enabling smoother connections and higher capacity, it strengthens the region's economy and makes the Midlands a more attractive location for businesses, residents, and investment. What's striking is how understated this effort is. Unlike HS2, which dominates headlines with tunnels and political debates, the Midlands Rail Hub progresses quietly, unnoticed by the public eye, and it could arguably have a larger cumulative effect on everyday lives. Imagine the difference: a family commuting from Coventry to Birmingham faster, a manufacturer sending goods efficiently across the Midlands, a young professional finding housing closer to work thanks to improved connections. These are tangible, everyday wins hidden behind a seemingly simple rail upgrade. At this point, we've explored three massive undertakings. HS2's colossal tunnels are engineering marvels shaping national corridors. Chivryu electrifies and modernizes the north, quietly cutting emissions and boosting speed. And the Midlands Rail Hub rewires the heart of Britain's connectivity, without fanfare, yet with massive regional impact. Now comes the twist. Britain's Rail Megaproject story isn't just about tunneling machines, viaducts, or electrified rails. Beneath the steel and concrete lies a profound reshaping of regional power, investment flows, and economic influence. Take HS2 as an example. While its tunnels and viaducts are engineering marvels, the planned northern extensions to Manchester were cancelled in 2023. That decision dramatically shifts the benefits of this colossal project. The southern and Midlands corridors reap most of the gains: faster travel, increased freight capacity, and economic stimulation, while regions further north wait in uncertainty. It's a subtle but powerful realignment of infrastructure-driven advantage. Meanwhile, projects like the Transpennine Route Upgrade and the Midlands Rail Hub are quietly rewriting the map of opportunity. Unlike HS2, which captured headlines and political debate, these initiatives are being delivered efficiently, on time, and in ways that touch the daily lives of millions. Chivryu is electrifying the north, connecting major industrial and commercial hubs. Freight can move off congested roads and onto rails, reducing emissions and improving reliability. The Midlands Rail Hub is strategically knitting together towns and cities, adding trains, seats, and capacity, and unlocking thousands of jobs and homes. What's remarkable is how these less glamorous projects are becoming the real instruments of leveling up. They redistribute economic opportunity away from the Southeast's traditional dominance and into regions that have long been overlooked. While London has historically been the center of gravity for finance, business, and transport, the new rail megaprojects are sending a clear signal. Britain is investing in its regions, and connectivity is the key to unlocking growth. And the story doesn't stop there. In November 2025, the UK government passed the Great British Railways Bill, a transformative policy designed to centralize rail infrastructure and passenger services under a single public body. This isn't just bureaucracy, it's a strategic declaration. Rail is no longer a side project or a patchwork of private operators. It's being treated as national infrastructure, a tool to influence growth, opportunity, and mobility across the entire country. This legislative move also highlights another hidden layer: the interplay of public and private interests.
While HS2 relied heavily on high-profile contractors and political support, the TRU and Midlands Rail Hub are demonstrating that careful planning,
phased investment, and clear targets can deliver results that affect daily lives, businesses, and communities in tangible ways. The winners here aren't just the passengers or the freight companies. They are entire towns, cities, and regions that suddenly become more connected, more competitive, and more attractive for investment. Let's be candid. Not everyone benefits equally. Regions closer to London, the Southeast and South Midlands, continue to enjoy high-speed access to the capital, global markets, and international connections. HS2, with its massive tunnels and viaducts, mostly serves these areas in the short term. But the North and Midlands tell a different story. The TRU and Midlands Rail Hub are quietly empowering areas that have historically struggled with underinvestment. Smaller towns are suddenly linked to major economic centers. Freight routes become more efficient, attracting businesses that rely on logistics. Young professionals find it easier to live outside London and commute efficiently, potentially alleviating housing pressure in the capital. The ripple effects extend beyond transport. They touch housing, jobs, regional GDP, and even local culture. And here's where it gets fascinating. By investing strategically in these often overlooked or hidden projects, the UK is quietly recalibrating its entire economic geography. It's no longer simply about moving people from one point to another at higher speeds. Instead, it has become a long-term strategy centered on shaping opportunity, redistributing growth, and attempting to level the national playing field. These projects may not always be visible in the public eye, but they are shifting power and influence in ways that will be felt for decades. Beneath the surface of concrete, rails, and policy documents, the UK is rewriting how cities connect, compete, and evolve. What about HS2's cancellations? Those decisions reflect a delicate and sometimes uncomfortable balance where politics, finance, and geography intersect. The South and Midlands continue to gain momentum through targeted investment, while Northern ambitions now face delays, scaled-back plans, and a renewed sense of uncertainty. These choices say just as much about national priorities as they do about engineering limitations. The story of hidden rail megaprojects is ultimately a story about policymaking, negotiation, and long-term vision. In many ways, the fate of these decisions may determine which cities thrive, which merely cope, and which stagnate over the next generation. Beyond budgets, tunnels, and legislation, the human element of these projects is profound. Picture a small business in Sheffield suddenly able to ship goods faster and more reliably because of TRU electrification. Imagine a family in Coventry finally having access to more frequent trains with additional seating, reducing daily stress and freeing up precious time for work, school, or leisure. Think of the young professional who can now consider living outside London while still maintaining an efficient commute, no longer resigned to losing hours each week to congestion or unreliable transport. These are quiet but meaningful victories that ripple across thousands of lives. Every mile of electrified track, every new service, and every station upgrade carries the potential to reshape communities. This is not just a matter of steel, concrete, and engineering diagrams. It becomes a chain reaction of opportunity, hope, confidence, and improved daily efficiency. And this is precisely what makes these hidden projects so powerful. They may not dominate headlines like London's newest skyscraper or the latest HS2 breakthrough, but their influence on real lives and long-term regional growth is immense. Even freight workers, often overlooked in conversations about megaprojects, benefit enormously. Fewer trucks on congested motorways mean safer conditions, lower emissions, and faster delivery times. The blend of environmental improvement, economic gain, and social benefit makes these upgrades quietly revolutionary. So what does all this mean for the next decade? If the current projects continue on schedule, the UK will emerge with a modernized rail network unlike anything seen in recent generations. High-speed links, electrified corridors, and new regional hubs will redefine how people travel, how goods move, and how cities compete. Yet challenges persist. Political shifts, financial pressures, and technology gaps could slow or reshape progress. HS2's northern sections remain a reminder that even major ambitions can be paused or redirected. Still, one trend is unmistakable. The UK is investing in rail not simply as transportation, but as a national strategy. Connectivity, regional development, and sustainable infrastructure are becoming the pillars of a new economic vision. The winners will be the regions that embrace these changes and the people whose lives become easier through more reliable, efficient journeys. From deep underground tunnels to sweeping northern electrification and quiet Midlands upgrades, these hidden megaprojects are more than feats of engineering. They are tools of regional empowerment and economic transformation. While HS2 captures attention with its sheer scale, projects like TRU and the Midlands Rail Hub steadily deliver practical, tangible benefits that reshape opportunity and redistribute growth. In short, Britain's rail projects are rewriting the map of who gains and who risks being left behind. Understanding this hidden world is essential to understanding the future of UK infrastructure, the economy, and society. If this exploration of Britain's hidden rail megaprojects gave you a new perspective on infrastructure and regional growth, hit that like button and share it with someone interested in engineering, transport, or urban planning. Comment below, which project do you think will have the biggest impact by 2030? HS2's tunnels, the electrification of TRU, or the quiet transformation of the Midlands Rail Hub? And if you haven't yet, subscribe and ring the bell.